Hi everybody. In this video you're going to see this Disney Descendants doll, this Villeroy and Bach plate, and about 9 or 10 other items that I bought. If you want to know how much I paid and why I bought them, stay tuned. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to need your help, so don't go anywhere. Well, we're here outside the first Goodwill. You know, for the last couple of days, I haven't been doing that well. So when I woke up this morning, I said, well, who could I get to help me? And then I thought about it, and I said, you guys could help me. So let's go inside, and if you see something, just tell me. Tap me on the shoulder. See you inside. Okay, now I want you guys to remember the plan. If you see something that I missed, tap me on the shoulder, call me on the phone, whistle, do whatever, but get my attention. And if it looks good, I'll look it up on eBay and see what it's worth. This first aisle was full of kitchen stuff. You had some pots and pans. Nothing that I was interested in. Underneath the pots and pans, they had this pedometer. It was $2.99. I looked it up. It was only going for $7-8, so I put it back. And the rest was just more kitchen stuff, so I just moved on to the next aisle. This next aisle was a combination like Christmas and toys. It was just probably junk they wanted to get rid of. This doll was nothing. This was just a bag of accessories I didn't want. Then I saw this Spider-Man clock. It was only going for $1.99. I thought I could make money on it. And then after closer examination, it was so beat up and the lens was broken on the clock, I just passed on it. The next thing I came up to is this Masters of Racing. There's 265 cards, collectible cards of all the old-time racers. I thought I could make money on it. It was new in a box, so I kept it. As soon as I walked over to this aisle, I saw this Disney mug. It was $2.99. It's a little high for me, but it had some age, so I decided to keep it. Then below that, they had this ceramic figure shaped like corn on the cob. I guess it was the whole butter, but I noticed it had that chip, and it was kind of cheap anyway, so I passed on it. There wasn't much else on this aisle, so I just moved on. This was going to be my last aisle. These ankle weights, obviously they're weights, they'd be way too heavy, shipping would be too high, so I had to pass on them. Then I saw this ball. They wanted $1.99. You put it in your garage so your car doesn't go too far and hit into the wall like my girlfriend does every other week. Well, I've taken my 3 fines and I'm heading to the cashier. If I could remember in which direction the cashier is. Senior moment help. Well, I did pick up one more item. I'll show it to you when we get to the car. And as usual this time of year, it's pouring rain in. See you in the car. Well, we did pretty good at that store. But I wanted to show you this game. I got it off camera. It's a Transformer video game. You push here, it opens up, and you can play 5 or 6 different type of games. It's from around 2007, so it has a tiny bit of age to it. I picked it up for $3.99. I'm going to try to sell it for up to $20, and we'll see if we get that. Okay, I'll see you at the next store. Well, here we are at the next Goodwill. It's getting a little late in the day because I had a few errands to run. So a lot of the stuff's probably been looked through, but you never know because Goodwill's always putting out new things. So let's get inside and see what we find. When I got to this aisle, the first thing I saw was this candy dish shaped like a heart, but it wasn't made by anybody special, so I put it back. Then I saw this bowl. It was just normal houseware. Nothing exciting. There was a set of dishes. They were $9.95. I passed on them. A couple of plates. Nothing interesting. Then I saw this stoneware and I picked it up and... Hello? Oh, okay, I missed this plate. Okay, I'll go back to it. It's by Treasure Craft. Yeah, that is a pretty good brand name. I don't know how I missed it. It's only $2.99, so I'm going to look it up. Thanks. This next aisle had a lot of ceramics. The problem is they were all those really cheap ceramics. Even that Winnie the Pooh was nothing. I just started scanning this aisle hoping to go to the next one and get rid of it. But then I noticed this rotating globe. If you guys remember, in the last video I found one, but I couldn't get it to work. So I had to put it back. But this one's only $4.99 and it's new in a box, so I was taking it home with me. They were obviously throwing this shelf together to store their larger stuff. They had some lamps on the top. They had some larger toys on the bottom. Stuff that I couldn't use. But then I saw this cat piano. It was like a young kid's karaoke machine. It was only going for $3.99. I tested it. It worked. It was selling for $30, so I kept it. Well, this was going to be the last aisle at this store. You see these Batman cards? They were just regular playing cards. They were nothing special. So I just put them back. The next thing I saw was this Sony camera. It was $2.99. I knew I could make some money off it, so I took it and headed to the cashier. Well, we're off to what's probably going to be the last store of the day. And I want you guys to remember, if you see anything, just let me know. I'll go back to it, and we'll see if it's worth anything. See you there. As soon as I got to this store, I walked right over to this glass aisle. The first thing I saw was this Villeroy Bach plate. It was only $1.99, and Villeroy Bach's a very good name. It was a Christmas theme, and Christmas was just over, but it was such a good buy, I decided to keep it anyway. I wanted to discuss this Villeroy and Bach plate. This company was started 250 years ago in Germany. That's older than the United States. They were started as a high-end ceramic company, but over the years they've been bought and sold. Until today, they're traded on the German stock exchange. So their quality's not as good as it used to be, but it's still up there. So if you see their name, look them up, because every once in a while you can hit a home run with these. So I hope that was helpful. Now back to the video. Well, the first thing I saw in this was this coffee tea maker. It was missing so many parts, and I didn't really know what it was anyway, so I passed on it. Then I saw this salsa party dip bowl. It was really cool. It was only $2.99. It was made by Clay Art, and that's a pretty decent name in ceramics, so I kept that. This next aisle had a lot of cutlery on it. Nothing I was going to be interested in. There were these knife set. I did actually need a new set of steak knives, but I passed on it. Then on the top shelf of these cutlery was this globe. It's a teaching globe. The kids push the buttons on it, and they find out capitals and stuff. I don't know exactly what it does, but I know it's an educational. It was $8.99. I wanted to look it up before I made my decision on it. This aisle started off with some religious candles, holiday candles. Next to it was this really nice set of candle holders. It had a mirrored back. They were very well made. Should have gave them a second look, but I didn't. Then I saw this tin, but I passed on it. But then I heard the phone ring, so I knew it was time to go back to the tin. It turned out it was a Star Wars Chewbacca cookie tin or dog biscuit tin. It was worth about $30, so I thank you guys for calling me, and I kept it. As is usual, I always save the frame aisle for last, because it's the aisle I don't like the most. But here I saw this Florida Gators Stadium. It's in Gainesville, Florida. It was $5.99. It was a limited edition lithograph. I figured it has the college theme, it has the sports theme. I could definitely sell it, so I took that. So I took my pretty hefty haul and I headed up to the cashier. So that's about all. Hello? Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you guys. If you enjoyed this video, please click the subscribe button and don't forget to tell a friend. Happy hunting.